first of all, DOGE hasn't disappeared.
But
Elon has.
Well, yeah.
That's a difference, okay?
Yeah.
And Elon disappeared in part for the classic reason that you can be a brilliant entrepreneur in a company you own, and that has no training ground for trying to deal with large bureaucracies. I mean, had Elon spent 3 days listening to people who actually knew what they were doing, he'd have been radically more effective. They would have told him things like, don't pick up a chainsaw. Because while it makes everybody at CPAC happy, it says to the average American, this is truly stupid. I mean, you're talking about people's lives. You don't want chainsaws taken to people's lives. So there are a number of things that were just, and Elon's brilliant. I'm a huge fan. I think with SpaceX, he's put America back in the lead in space in a way that nobody could have predicted 25 years ago.
But you're saying the PR and the optics of DOGE got a little silly at some point.
But the underlying drive and the people who he brought in are in fact going to continue to change the government. Now, I describe it as Trump time and Trump savings. And I use for that the ice skating rink in New York City, which the city could not fix. And they spent 6 years and $6.7 million, and they couldn't make ice, which is a real problem if you want an ice skating rink. And idiotically, the city bureaucracy had hired a Florida firm. Now you just say to yourself, gosh, I wonder who knows how to make ice. And my daughter who lives in Key Biscayne will tell you, probably not Floridians. So Trump got so mad because his apartment looks down on the woman's skating rink. So he announces publicly, I'm willing to take on the project. I'll get it done in 6 months for $3 million. You guys have already spent 6.7. And the politicians do not want him to do it because it's going to make them look stupid. But the public says, you got to give the guy a chance. And Trump, and I describe it in one of my books called Understanding Trump, a great read, by the way. But he describes it in more detail in The Art of the Deal. And he says, he looked at this problem. How do you make a skating rink? And he said, this is the essence of Trumpism. And he said to himself, who makes skating rinks? And he thought, National Hockey League. And he said, so who makes skating rinks for you guys? Best firm, Montreal. They come down, they look at the rink, they go to him, this is truly embarrassing. He finishes in 4 months, 25% under budget. And that's the attitude we have to drive. This is the essence of DOGE. We have to drive into the entire federal government to move at Trump time with Trump savings, which means cutting through about 80% of the regulations which currently cripple our ability to be competent.